here we are at the scale section again. We're going to be talking about that G major scale that you should have learned from lesson 1. If you haven't learned it yet, just turn the DVD off right now and go and learn that, or else this section will be overwhelming for you. If you're not memorizing these things as we go through, you're not going to be able to use them, and you're certainly not going to be able to keep up with the different things we're going to talk about. Which brings me to my next point. What are we talking about here today? We'll be talking about picking the major scale. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at 3 forms of picking it. That will be dealing obviously with my right hand in this case. So if you remember back to the hand positions and whatnot, hopefully you've got your hand position together right now. In the first lesson we discussed basically just down picking the entire scale, and that looked like this. It was just down picking towards the floor. Okay, and that's pretty much the opening way that everybody learns to play it, just down picking. But there's 2 other possible forms. Obviously the next form, not very commonly used, but it will help in the following form after that, will be an up pick on each note. So it's exactly like a down pick, except for in this case you're picking towards the ceiling or upward. So that's going to sound like this. Picking up. And then of course you can do this scale backwards. Okay, so it's going to be important to stop the DVDs from time to time and just test this stuff out for yourself and see if you can swallow it before you move on to each new section. So now that we've got the down picking taken care of and the up picking, we're going to talk about the most used form in guitar playing, which is called alternate picking or down up picking. In terms of down up picking, strictly it's literally what it sounds like: down, up, down, up. Now the thing that people have a problem with is they're kind of all over the place with this. They'll go from down picks to some down up picks to this and that and the other. Once you've come to grips with how to do it properly, then you can start making up your opinion as to how to do it potentially a way that might be easier for you. So we're going to put this into effect now, and I'm going to highlight some of the issues that people have with this alternate picking process. So what's happening here is that we're going to be playing through the scale, starting on a down pick. That's the way that it's traditionally taught. Of course, obviously, you can start on an up pick. We'll start with the down pick first. So simply put, we're going to pick the first note, down, while the second note will be picked up. So there's our first alternate pick, okay? Then we're going to switch strings to the 5th string and play through the notes there. Now in case of the G major scale, the 6th string has 2 notes on it, the next string has 3, so the next string also starts with a down, down, up, down, okay? Now we're going to switch to the 4th string, which also has 3 notes on it. Now the problem that most people do is they will start the 4th string also with a down, but if you'll notice, we went on the 5th string, down, up, down, so the next pick should be an up pick. So that's what I'm going to have you do, starting with an up pick on the 4th string, down, up. Alright, keeping it strict, we're going to go to the 3rd string, starting with, because we left off with an up pick on the 4th string, we're going to go to the 3rd string with a down pick, up pick, down pick. Going to the 2nd string where there's 2 notes, we have an up pick and a down pick. And then the 1st string has an up pick, down pick, up pick. Okay? I'm going to show you that a little more smoothly. And watch as I cross over the strings and come up for that up pick that we were talking about. So here I go. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, Try that again, and I'm going to try that just a little bit more smoothly this time. Once again, concentrating on just keeping it extremely strict. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Here it comes. Okay, and then it's the same thing, and we're going to do it backwards. So we'll start with a down pick. Up, down, 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 up. Okay, so here's the scale back to back. Okay, so there you have it. Be strict with that. Obviously, 2 is better than 1 in terms of a speed-oriented thing. So if you visualize trying to down pick as fast as you can, your arm is going to fall off trying to pick at any kind of fast speeds. But if you can just go down up, your hand can go twice as fast. So give it a try and work it out slowly. One final thing to keep in mind is if you're having difficulty keeping track of which pick you're on, really over exaggerate your picking motion. So you could go down, up, down, up, down, up, and so on and so forth. Okay, so work that out, and we're going to check out some other things here now called melody.